In this video, I'll uncover and help you distinguish between good carbs and bad carbs. Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Zarowski and welcome back to the channel. Now if you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community. That way it can help you excel your health and your life. Now in this video, we have a cool topic. That's the topic of good carbs versus bad carbs, a controversial topic actually, because carbs have been of controversy for like the past 2 years. Now the thing is about carbohydrates is that there's really two sides of the aisle. There's the people who are saying all carbs are bad, you have to stay away from them, and there's the people who are saying all carbs are good and these guys are crazy. I'm going to take you right down the center of the aisle. We're going to have a practical discussion about carbohydrates. Here's one of the things that we have to understand about carbs is that people have been consuming them for thousands of years. It wasn't until the 1980s where the obesity and diabetes type 2 epidemic really spiked, okay? So carbs in their own nature are not terrible, but the problem that we're seeing today, it's not just coming from carbs. Anyway, let's break this down. And at the end of this video, what I'll do is I'll teach you how many carbs I recommend that you consume on a daily basis. Let's dive in. Now, when we look at good carbs versus bad carbs, let's start with the good ones, okay? Good carbohydrates are going to be, first of all, low glycemic. That means that they're not going to just, hit you, spike your blood sugar, and cause, a lot of imbalance in your body. They're going to be derived from whole food. They're not going to be something that, comes in a box with 30 different ingredients on it. They're also very nutrient dense and high in fiber. Now your bad carbs are going to be high glycemic, they're going to hit you, blow your blood sugar through the roof, your insulin levels are going to spike. High glycemic, highly processed. Those are the ones, like I said, they come in a box, lots of ingredients. The other thing is that they are a very poor source of nutrients and fiber. And then lastly, they don't even curb your hunger, and in fact, they give you a lot more cravings to want to eat more of them. Okay, let's talk about a few examples. So an example of the good carbs are going to be things like squash or sweet potato. Now, sweet potato has over 15 different vitamins and minerals in it, lots of nutrients in it, very nutrient dense. So sweet potato, beans, all the different types of beans, lima beans, navy beans, black beans, the list goes on, lots of beans there. Peas, artichokes, lentils, and turnips, okay? These are examples of good carbohydrates, and it's not the only good carbohydrates. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below to my list, my complete list of good carbs that you can eat. And now let's go ahead and talk about the bad ones, okay? So fruit juice, okay? So if you take a piece of fruit and you pull the fiber from it and you just take that high sugar juice, it's not healthy for you. So fruit juice would be one. Sodas, that's pretty self-explanatory. White pasta, bread, bagels, rice, you name it, stay away from all that stuff. Once again, highly processed, high glycemic, not good for you. Traditional desserts, and I put traditional desserts because it's pretty much made with the bleached white flour, the bleached white sugar, and I also say traditional desserts because what we do is we teach you how to make really great desserts that aren't loaded with sugar and are really made out of all healthy ingredients, and in most cases it's a health food. Now also chips, cereals, all the snack foods out there, and I also put gluten-free foods because it's a big misunderstanding for many people. I did a video on this, and basically what I said is a lot of the people who are doing gluten-free are trading a gluten problem for a blood sugar problem because many of the gluten-free foods out there are loaded with all types of different starchy flours. So anyway, if you're going to do gluten-free, you got to be really careful with it because a lot of the gluten-free foods are not good. High glycemic, all that kind of stuff. And then of course candy. Anything that's loaded with a lot of sugar, where they're putting a lot of sugar into it, it's not good for you, okay? So these are some examples. And once again, I'll put the full list of this in the description below. So then it comes down to how much. How much should you eat on a regular basis? Well, this is an interesting topic because when I tell people in my low carb plan that, you should basically eat 100 grams of carbs or less, they say 100 grams is far too much. Now, here's the thing. Understand that most governmental guidelines are telling people that 50% of their calories should come from carbohydrates. I'm saying 100 grams, and I'm saying 100 grams that actually come from whole food sources like that. So if you're going to do keto, most of your carbohydrates are going to come right from the vegetables that you're eating. Now, if you're doing my low carb plan, you're doing 100 grams, you're allowed to have some of these different healthy carbohydrates, these whole food carbohydrates. And I think this is a very sustainable way to eat. Now, a lot of people, once again, I say, well, 100 grams or less are thinking, oh, well, you're basically saying that people can start eating white bread and all. No. We're talking whole food carbohydrates that are very healthy for you. And that's what makes 100 grams or less of carbs very sustainable to eat long term. Like I said, most governmental guidelines, 50% carbs. I also mentioned, many of the problems with diabetes, obesity, it started in the 1980s. Carbs have been consumed for thousands of years. As a matter of fact, many of these different blue zones, like Okinawa, where these people have long lives, they're very healthy, they're eating a diet that is high in carbohydrates. But of course, these carbs, not these ones. And so if we start consuming carbohydrates, and you're even eating 100 grams of carbohydrates that look like this, that's not healthy. And so we always want to make sure that we're distinguishing between good carbs, bad carbs, and we understand that carbs are completely healthy in moderation when you're eating the whole food ones. And so once again, 100 grams or less of the good quality carbs, that's what I recommend for people, and stay away from this stuff over here. Now be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section here below. I hope this clears things up for you quite a bit. And then subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and check out my other videos on how you can improve your health. I'll see you in the next video.